300 million full-time jobs worldwide could be disrupted by the rise of AI. The sinking feeling that you might be learning skills that won't matter. This is the biggest fear of our decade. Let's look at the job that was supposed to be the safest career in the world, coding. But almost everyone still has a job. I want you to be honest with yourself for a second. When was the last time you did a difficult assignment? Math, coding, writing, totally by yourself. No Googling the answers, no asking ChatGPT to fix the grammar, no photo math apps. It's getting harder, right? Whether we like it or not, we are all quietly starting to rely on these machines. We treat them like a crutch and use them for almost everything. But I'm starting to worry that the crutch is becoming a wheelchair, and soon we might forget how to walk on our own. The sinking feeling that you might be learning skills that won't matter. This is the biggest fear of our decade. Everyone is telling us, media, news channels, experts, that an economic tsunami is coming. That artificial intelligence isn't just a tool, like a hammer or a calculator. It's a replacement for us. And if you look at the numbers, it does look scary. A major report from Goldman Sachs said AI could affect 300 million jobs. We aren't talking about robots building cars in factories. We are talking about so-called safe jobs. You know, the jobs you go to college for. Today, I want to show you exactly how one of those safe jobs is breaking right now. To understand the danger, let's look at the job that was supposed to be the safest career in the world, coding. For over 2 decades, the grown-ups told us, learn to code. And it was the golden ticket. Specifically, you'd start as a junior developer. Your job is to take a big idea from your boss and do the boring work of typing it out in a computer language. It's repetitive, you have to Google it a lot, and you make a lot of mistakes. Guess who is really good at repetitive, boring work? AI tools like Claude Code and Anti-Gravity can now plan projects, write codes, and fix their own errors. And this is hurting real people. A 2025 report from Gartner found something that is shocking. Employment for entry-level workers, people aged 22 to 25, in these tech jobs has dropped by 13%. That's a huge drop. The senior bosses are still safe, but the beginners, the companies are saying, why hire a beginner when we have AI? So, jobs are disappearing. What is government doing? Well, they are having meetings, lots of them. They are passing laws to make AI safe. But when you read the fine print, they aren't trying to save your job, your means of income. They are trying to save us from what actually sounds like a movie villain. What they are worried about is called super AI or AGI, taking over the world, or deepfakes, tricking waters. Yes, those are real problems, but they aren't really focused on AI taking the job market right now. Also, the thing is, government policy is slow. It takes a lot of time for a new law to be embedded into the system, but AI is moving way faster than we can ever imagine. We cannot wait for them to save us. So we are headed to a cliff, right? If everything I told you is true, you need to explain this graph to me. This is the unemployment rate 2023, 2024, and 2025. These are the years when AI exploded. But almost everyone still has a job. So if the junior developer is dead, why is the economy still hiring? To understand this, we have to look at a report from Forrester in 2026. They found that a lot of companies were doing AI washing. That means they fired people because they ran out of money, but they blamed it on AI to sound cool to their investors. Actually, Forrester predicts that by 2030, only 6% of jobs will be lost to AI. Most jobs won't disappear. They will just change. Why? Because of something called the coal puzzle. Way back in 1960s, a guy named Jevons noticed something weird. He invented better steam engines that used less coal. Common sense says, great, we will use less coal now. But the opposite happened. We used more coal. Why? Because when energy got cheaper, we found thousands of new things to do with it. Intelligence is like coal. People think there is a limited amount of work in the world, like pizza with 8 slices. If the robot eats 4 slices, human gets only 4. But usually technology makes the pizza bigger. The economists have a fancy name for this, the reinstatement effect. A famous study by David Otter found that 60% of the jobs people do today did not exist in 1940s. Technology automates old tasks, but it reinstates us by creating new, more complex problems that only humans can solve. Think about it: if AI helps you write code faster, you don't just stop working at 12 p.m. You build more apps, you build better apps, and because everything is cheaper, people have more time to spend on other things like travel, healthcare, and entertainment. That is why Goldman Sachs predicts AI could actually increase global GDP by 7%. That's trillions of dollars of new value. And there is one more thing. AI might actually save the middle class through something called democratizing expertise. Imagine a junior mechanic. Usually they cannot fix a complex engine, but give them AI tools that guide them. Suddenly a rookie can do the work of a master. The barrier to the entry goes down. A 2026 report from the IMF confirmed this, finding that jobs requiring AI skills actually pay more money. The value of a human who knows how to use AI is going up, not down. So, I've told you two stories. Story A, the ladder is broken and juniors are in trouble. Story B, the pizza is getting bigger and we will all be fine. Which one is true? Well, I don't know. Maybe both, maybe neither. And anyone on YouTube who tells you they know for sure, they do not. We are living in a giant experiment. So how do you prepare for a future that no one can predict? What you need is a hedge. That's a fancy word for insurance. The researchers at Microsoft released a massive study called The New Future of Work. They found a sharp divide. They classify LLMs as reasoning engines. That means if your job is 100% digital, manipulating symbols, writing code, analyzing spreadsheets, you are in the high exposure zone. The AI can see everything you do, and it can likely do it faster. But there is a blind spot, a zone where the AI has almost zero power. If your whole career lives on a screen, you are competing directly with the machine. But the moment you step off the screen, the AI can't follow you. Maybe it's time to be a plumber. I don't mean you have to literally fix toilets. Plumbing is a metaphor. It means doing things in a messy physical world. Robots are great at math, but they are terrible at folding laundry. They are terrible at negotiating a deal while looking someone in the eye. So maybe the best way to stay safe isn't to compete with the robot on math. It's to be more human. Learn to sell, learn to lead people, learn how to fix something with your hands. Because right now, the digital world feels a little shaky. And the smartest thing we can do is keep one foot planted in the real one and touch some grass once in a while. This is Sungmin speaking from Jamilias. Thank you for watching.